saw what happened to the algorithms the second the Musk thing was announced. They saw the engagement that they're getting on social, and they realized that they've been in a rigged game for very long. They see it, and you can no longer hide it, Maria. Despite the disinformation board, I don't know of a despotic regime that didn't have a disinformation board, but that's what the Democrats are.
And that was Donald Trump Jr. with me yesterday on Sunday Morning Futures as Biden's disinformation board faces backlash. A group of 20 states' attorneys general now are urging the president to terminate this board or face legal action. Joining me right now is FCC Commissioner and senior Republican Brendan Carr. Commissioner, it's great to see you. Welcome back. What are your thoughts on this disinformation board? I know you've said that you agree the board should be shut down. What is the Biden administration thinking when we know that the First Amendment says Congress cannot come up with any law that shuts down free speech?
Yeah, well, to paraphrase Justice Scalia, sometimes the threats to our liberty come dressed up in sheep's clothing, but this wolf comes as a wolf. This is Orwellian, it's un-American, it's unconstitutional. The very best time to shut this down was before the DHS ever announced it. The second best time is right now. This type of board was always going to be a dumpster fire, but the particular director that they chose to run it is just throwing more gas on it. But the thing to remember, as much as a lightning rod as this board and the director herself are, there's a broader game afoot. If you look back just in February, DHS put out a terrorism bulletin that swept in free speech as among the things that they considered a threat to the domestic homeland. You have Jen Psaki from the White House podium saying they are coordinating with big tech to take down posts, flagging posts for them. So there's a broader effort afoot that we can't lose sight of either.
Well, you're right. And how does he get away with coming out with this, knowing that this woman, Nina Jankowicz, was among those people saying that Trump colluded with Russia, that Hunter Biden's laptop was fake? I mean, all of this is obvious that the disinformation is coming from that side and continues to come from this side.
Yeah, well, I agree that they have selected a disinformation expert to head this body, just probably not the way that they intended. This is a person who, as you pointed out, called the Hunter Biden laptop story something that should be treated as a Trump campaign product, said that the Steele dossier was a Republican product, said that it's really liberals that are being shadow banned on the internet, not conservatives. So it's a really dangerous threat. And again, I think these aren't isolated pinpricks. This is a broader effort by this administration to drive dissent from the public square. And that's why I'm glad that the attorney generals that you mentioned last week have filed a lawsuit to get to the bottom of this. Because, look, I think it's pretty clear that there's coordination happening. If there is, then that does potentially make these entities state actors, which means they're limited by the First Amendment. And I wouldn't be surprised right now, particularly around Twitter headquarters and across Silicon Valley, if there's been a run on shredder trucks and burn bags, because there's document requests, preservation requests. And I think we're going to be very surprised once we get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, that's a great point, actually, the document requests and all that. The other thing is, isn't it interesting, the timing of this all, right? I mean, it was 3 weeks ago when President Obama gave a speech at Stanford and basically said, well, disinformation is bad and it doesn't take much for people to question institutions. All you have to do is throw enough spewage into the public square. Well, that's exactly what they did around Trump collusion. Half the country, even more, thought that Trump colluded when it was a made-up lie. And then suddenly, after Obama gives this speech, then we see Elon Musk going to acquire Twitter. And then just a week later, we see the disinformation board created. So was this a direct result of Obama's directive or Elon Musk getting involved with Twitter?
Well, I certainly agree with you. I think Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter has really exposed an underlying free speech divide in this country. And you're right about President Obama. Look, when you go back to 2012, he gave a speech in Palo Alto at Facebook's headquarters where he praised the free flow of information over the internet as, quote, key to he put it, healthy democracy. Flash forward to a week or so ago, a few miles down the road at Stanford, and he labeled free speech on the internet as a threat to democracy. And that's quite a 180 over a relatively short period of time. And what happened? Well, smack in the middle of that 2012 and 2022 speech was a 2016 election. And I think it was the outcome of the 2016 election that had a lot of people decide, you know what, we better control the free flow of information because we don't like people coming up with their own ideas and having access to a broad range of ideas.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, you are so spot on. And Liz Peek, Elon Musk has put Twitter staffers on notice. He's laying out his technology-focused approach to running Twitter. He tweeted this over the weekend. Also, work ethic expectations would be extreme, but much less than I demand of myself. Many are still up in arms over Musk's plans, saying his commitment to free speech is, quote, a threat to our democracy. What are they talking about, Liz?
I don't know. This is the most shocking thing, honestly, in my lifetime, this assault on free speech. But, Commissioner, I was interested. The left is desperate to block Elon Musk taking over Twitter. And some have called on the FCC to weigh in here. But I gather you don't think there's any premise for doing so.
Right. The FCC has absolutely no authority to step in and block this transaction. As you pointed out, at least one group has already called for the FCC to do it. They even cited the Telegraph Act of 1860 as a source of authority. They omitted the kitchen sink, but frankly, if they had included it, the filing would not have been any more ridiculous. The FCC has no authority. Other agencies, DOJ, FTC, have also been called to take a look at it. I'm not necessarily an expert in their legal authorities, but I'd be very surprised if they have any legitimate authority to block this transaction.
But, Commissioner, look what's happening, though, with Elon Musk. You've got, regulators doubling down on investigating him and bringing him in to testify. Is this all because they're trying to make it as uncomfortable as possible, the Democrats are, for Elon Musk to acquire Twitter? And do you think this deal goes through?
I have a hard time believing that people are raising good faith concerns about competition law or antitrust law. I mean, to me, these just look like they're arguments for essentially stalking horses to try to maintain the status quo when it comes to political censorship.
That's right. All right. Great to see you, Commissioner. Please come back soon. We so appreciate your thoughts and talking with you this morning. Commissioner Brendan Carr joining us in D.C. Thank you, sir.